everyone, welcome back to our podcast. Today we are going to talk about something that really shapes our daily lives, even if we don't always realize it. Globalization. From technology to culture, from food to fashion, globalization connects us in ways we have never seen before. Let's explore it and dive in together. And I'm not alone today. I have invited three special guests to share their thoughts. How are you guys? And please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm doing great. I'm Erina Elia from 7S3. Thanks for having me here. I'm excited to talk about this topic.
Hello, I'm good. I'm Muhammad Fauzi Kami. I'm from 7S3 Semda Oya. I think this is going to be really fun discussion.
Okay, I'm alright. Thanks for asking. And let me introduce myself. I am Ahrari Bilakisha and I'm from 9 Digital One. Glad to be here. Can't wait to share my thoughts in this podcast.
Awesome. So let's get into it. Here's our first question. What comes to your mind when you hear the word globalization?
When I hear globalization, I immediately think about connection. It's how about countries, cultures, and peoples are becoming more linked through trade, technology, and ideas.
So you think globalization can connect us in many ways, like from social media?
Internet.
Yeah.
Okay, same here. The first thing to come in my mind is connection, specifically technology. Globalization make it possible for us to work with or talk to people from across the world in just seconds.
And my answer is not that different from both of them. The first thing that pops into my mind when I hear the word globalization is how the world becomes interconnected. It's like the world feels smaller because people, cultures, and ideas can move so easily across countries. With just one click on our gadgets, we can access anything globally. The internet makes everything possible and simpler.
Thank you. Interesting answer. So, if we put that together, globalization is about connection and technology, especially the internet plays a huge role in making those connections possible. That already shows how wide globalization is. It can touch almost every part of our life. Next question. How does globalization change the way students learn today?
It's easier to learn because of the internet. We can search everything quickly, but the downside is some students just copy without really wanting to learn it.
For me, yeah, it's true. We can access international knowledge like YouTube or online courses. But at the same time, if students depend too much on gadgets, they might forget traditional learning from teachers or books.
And globalization has really changed how students learn today. With technology and the internet, learning is no longer limited to the classroom. Students can take online courses, watch tutorials from teachers around the world, and even communicate with international friends to practice languages. It also exposes them to different cultures and perspectives, which helps them become more open-minded and critical thinkers. But I also agree, all this simplicity sometimes makes students are lazy.
So, do you think does globalization make students smarter or just more dependent on the internet, especially now when almost everyone uses AI to make things easier? Just type a prompt and the AI gives you the answer.
I think globalization can make students smarter because they have more access to knowledge. With AI, it can make students smarter because we can learn faster. But if they only use the internet for shortcuts, it makes them dependent instead of smart. They can become lazy and too dependent on technology.
Yeah, I see both sides too. The positive things is AI helps students find information which saves time. But the negative side is some students may lose creativity and critical thinking if they just rely on AI for every little text.
Globalization and AI don't automatically make students smarter. They're just tools. If students only depend on them, they become passive. But if they use them wisely, they can actually learn faster and think more creatively.
Good points. So, AI and globalization can be powerful tools to make us smarter, but they can also create a trap if we stop thinking for ourselves. So, we have to use it wisely. Let's get into our fourth question. With globalization, we are exposed to many trends. Do you think students should follow global trends or focus on keeping their local traditions stronger?
I think following global trends is good because it keeps us updated. And sometimes trends is also good for us. But we must also keep traditions stronger to remember our identity, our culture.
Yeah, if we only follow trends, we might forget our culture. But if we only keep tradition and never learn from the world, we can be left behind. So, both are important.
And I think it's okay to follow good trends because it brings new ideas and creativity. But at the same time, we need to keep our traditions because that's our identity. In fact, through globalization, we can make trends that promote our cultures or traditions. So it's better to balance both, take what good and keep our traditions strong.
So, balance is the key. Maybe the best way is to enjoy global trends but never forget where we came from. And is it possible to be global minded but still preserve Indonesian culture?
Yes, it is possible. We can enjoy K-pop or Hollywood movies, but still wear batik on Wednesday or join traditional festivals. Both can go together.
For me, being open-minded means being open to new ideas. Doesn't mean I accept one idea. We should reject the other. We don't have to choose as long as both are good for us.
I also agree being a global minded doesn't mean leaving culture behind. As I said before, we can share Indonesian culture online, so the world also sees it.
Exactly. So, we don't have to choose one or the other. We can be global citizens and proud at Indonesian at the same time. And as someone who really likes to learn foreign languages like English, do you think learning foreign languages because of globalization is more of a benefit or a burden for students?
Well, I think both. On the benefit side, learning foreign languages gives us more chances to explore the world, like understanding movies, music, studying abroad, or even because of work. But on the burden side, it can be stressful. If students are forced to learn without motivation, some might feel pressured, especially if they already struggle with their own subjects.
Yeah, I think the same too. I think schools and students and parents too shouldn't force their kid to learn foreign languages. They can learn it if they want to. We shouldn't force them because we don't know if they already being pressured by their own subject at schools.
I agree. It has two sides. The good thing is that foreign language can make us smarter and more open-minded and maybe even help us in the future job market. But at the same time, if students focus too much on foreign language, they might start ignoring their own local language and culture, which is very also important.
For me, of course, it's more of a benefit. Even though it's challenging, globalization makes foreign languages useful in the daily life. From music and movies to the internet, so the effort is worth it.
Yeah, good point from you guys. So it seems that learning foreign languages can open many doors, but it can also be a challenge if not balanced well with students' own needs and their local culture. Maybe the real answer is not benefit or burden, but how students and schools manage it. Let's get into our second from the last question. So, like we have mentioned before, Globalization is about technology, such as the internet. And we know that internet has both sides, good and bad. Let's talk about the bad side. Do you think globalization has a role in increasing problems like cyberbullying and teenage misbehavior? I think yes, globalization does play a role. Because with social media, students can easily copy negative behavior they see online without even knowing the downside. Cyberbullying, for example, happens because people feel braver behind the screen. Globalization makes it spread faster.
I agree. But I also think it's not globalization alone. It depends on how students use technology. Some use it for learning and positive things, others for negative things, like bullying. So globalization is not fully bad. It's more about self-control and education.
Okay, so here is my opinion. Globalization does play a role, but it's also a change to educate. Schools and parents need to teach students how to use the internet responsibly.
Good point. So, globalization can open both positive and negative doors. It gives students more opportunities to connect, but also challenges in behavior. I think what matters most is how we, as students, choose to use it. Here's our last question, last but not least, from our discussion. Do you think globalization brings more positive or negative impact? And please tell me. I think globalization has both good and bad sides. The good thing is we can easily learn from other countries, like new knowledge, new technology, or even new food. But the bad side is sometimes local products are forgotten because people choose local brands instead.
For me, it's both. The positive side is that globalization gives us more opportunities, like connecting with friends abroad or finding more information on the internet. But the negative side is that some traditions can slowly disappear and not everyone gets the same benefit.
I would say positive, even though there are challenges. Globalization helps students prepare for their future and become more open-minded. You just have to remember that
Yeah, I agree. We get a lot of benefits from globalization, but we need to be careful not to lose our own hand. So globalization is not just a word written in textbooks. It is something we live in every day. It connects us, challenges us, and gives us both opportunities and responsibilities. The key is finding balance so we can enjoy the benefits without losing what makes us unique. Thank you for tuning in today episode. Don't forget to share your thoughts about globalization with us, and we'll see you in the next podcast. Take care and stay connected. Bye.
Bye. Bye.